Good evening. My name is Bagulo Issa. The title of my project is The Comparative Efficacy of Garlic and Neem Leaf Extract as Anthelmintic in Sheep and Goats. I'm being supervised by Professor Peridoni and co-supervised by Dr. Mariam Craig. The principal source of dairy meat used in ceremonial festivity across the country is often from goat and sheep, as stated by Victor 2017. However, these animals harbor a variety of gastrointestinal tract parasites. It is estimated that over 90% of endoparasitism cases recorded in small ruminants is as a result of Homunculus contortus found in the abomasum of these small ruminants, as stated by Sani and others, 1990. Garlic is said to contain great anthelmintic insecticide and antibacterial properties. Although the development of parasite resistance is widely known, as stated by Matos and others, 204, the main way of controlling gastrointestinal tract parasite is through the use of synthetic anthelmintic. To the best of my knowledge, there is no study that has been conducted to compare the efficacy of garlic and neem leaf extract as anthelmintic in sheep and goats. The lack of research comparing the efficacy of garlic and neem leaf extract as anthelmintic in sheep and goat has created a gap. The need to fill this gap is the reason for my study. Now, the aim of this project is to determine the efficacy of garlic and neem leaf extract as anthelmintic in sheep and goats. The objective of the study has 4 objectives. The first objective is to determine the efficacy of garlic as anthelmintic in sheep. The second is to determine the efficacy of garlic extract as anthelmintic in goats. The third is to determine the efficacy of neem leaf extract as anthelmintic in sheep, and the fourth is to determine the efficacy of neem leaf extract as anthelmintic in goats. Now, the hypothesis of the study. The study has each objective has its hypothesis. For the first objective, that has to determine the efficacy of garlic extract as anthelmintic in sheep. The null hypothesis is that garlic extract is not an effective anthelmintic in sheep. The alternate hypothesis is that garlic extract is an effective anthelmintic in sheep. For the second objective, that has to determine the efficacy of garlic extract as anthelmintic in goat. The null hypothesis is that garlic extract is not an effective anthelmintic in goat. The alternate hypothesis is that garlic extract is an effective anthelmintic in goat. For the third objective, that has to determine the efficacy of neem leaf extract as anthelmintic in sheep. The null hypothesis is that neem leaf extract is not an effective anthelmintic in sheep. The alternate hypothesis is that neem leaf extract is an effective anthelmintic in sheep. For the final objective, that has to do with the determination of the efficacy of neem leaf extract as anthelmintic in goat. The null hypothesis is that neem leaf extract is not an effective anthelmintic in goat. The alternate hypothesis is that neem leaf extract is an effective anthelmintic in goat. Now, the methodology. Let's look at the sample size. A total of 120 animals will be used for the study, comprising of 60 sheep and 60 goats. Animals with ages above not less than 6 months will be selected for the study. The determination of the ages of the animals will be through the use of their dental wear. Now, the research design. A quantitative research approach will be employed. The research design to be used specifically is the experimental study design. And now let's look at the treatment of the animals. The animals will be divided into 4 groups, each group containing 15 of each animal species, that is 15 sheep, 15 goats. Each group will then be assigned to one of the 4 treatments. For treatment 1 is neem leaf extract, 2 is garlic extract, 3 is albendazole, and then 4 is distilled water. Animals in group 1 and 2 will be further divided into 3. That is, each group would have 3 replicates, containing 5 of each animal species, that is 5 sheep, 5 goats in each replicate, which would then be given different concentration. Each replicate would be given one of the following doses of their treatment: 0.5 milligram per kilogram, 1 milligram per kilogram, and then 2 milligram per kilogram live body weight. Animals in group 3 will be given 10% albendazole at 1 milligram per 20 kilogram body weight. Animals in the 4th group will be given 10 milligram distilled water. Sample collection: 5 grams of fecal sample will be collected directly from the rectum of each animal for analysis. Samples will be taken immediately before treatment, before the animals are given their treatment. The first, that's from the day 0. Then they also, after the treatment, the post-treatment samples will be taken day 7, day 14, day 21, and day 28. Now, the salt flotation technique would be used for the analysis for the helminthic egg as described by IJAS 2010. McMaster technique will be used to count egg per gram. The data will then be entered into Excel and exported to GenStat. Analysis of variance will be used to analyze the effect of the various treatments through the general analysis of variance. Multiple comparison will be computed for all variables using Tukey's test at a statistical significance of p less than 0.05. Thank you.